What's poppin', and welcome back to another episode of Fletcher the Fisherman. Today is an extremely windy day to fish. We have like 20-mile-per-hour winds with like 35-mile-per-hour gusts. So I was trying to think of a pond, a place where I could go fish where the wind just wouldn't be so bad for the GoPro audio. So I decided to go fish a pond that I haven't fished in quite some time. It's probably been like 2 or 3 years since I've actually been to this place, and the reason I decided to go to this pond specifically with the wind is because it's really narrow and has super tall trees, so it does a pretty good job of protecting itself from the wind. And I figured it'd be a good place where the audio wouldn't be just the entire video. But last time I fished this pond, I caught a boatload of bass. But the only problem is there is a ton of little smaller ones in there, but there are some giants amongst the bunch. I've caught some really good bass out of here. I've heard some really good bass caught out of here. I honestly think, like, out of the ponds kind of here around me, I think it has one of the best potentials that just have a monster bass in it, because it's rarely fished. There's not really any good places to fish it from the bank, and besides that, it's completely surrounded with trees. So it's kind of just like a little secret pond back in the woods. So that is the game plan today. But today I'm just gonna go out, go fishing, fish with some stuff that I think is gonna be fun to fish with. I think I'm gonna start out with a chatterbait. I might even break out the Lego crankbait that me and Noah made for his video. So we're gonna have to see where that goes. But all in all, I think it should be a great day. Hopefully we find a giant. But anyways, let's stop talking and get to fishing and find us a big one. There we go. Literally my second cast. We're already on. That is a good fish right there to start the day off. Oh, he came off right at the edge of the boat. Oh, I got one. Up underneath the boat. Hold on. Oh, my drag's got to be reset here. My rod's been making weird stuff. Oh, I think it's a decent one, guys. I think it's a decent one. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I was literally sitting here like messing with my rod because it's been making these weird noises. And this thing was just sitting on the bottom. And I got a nice one. Oh, my goodness. Come on in here. We'll try to get this one in the boat. Yes, sir. That is a fatty. Hammered that chatterbait. That fish completely caught me off guard. As I said, my reel's been making some weird noises, so I was just kind of trying to like mess with the settings, just kind of loosen them all up and then tighten them back up, see if it was something that would kind of just fix itself. And I started messing with it, and I like pull up, my drag's all the way loose, and I feel weight. And I had this big old bass on there, really quality bass. I'm actually gonna throw this one on the scale, fire this thing up and see what she weighs. I'm saying like mid threes. Really, really healthy fish, guys. 337. Awesome bass right there. I cannot complain at all starting off like that. And this fish was just randomly out here, guys. I took a cast literally as far as I could, just trying to get off as much line as I possibly can, just to kind of mess with those settings on my reel to see if I couldn't fix the problem. And this guy just was out there, just out and about. Can't complain. I wasn't trying to do anything special to get him. No complaints in my department. Let's get her on back in. Bye, baby. And good news, I think that fish somehow fixed my reel problem. Oh, that was another bite. I haven't fished this pond in like a year or two, so I really wasn't sure what to expect from the day. But so far, the bite has been crazy good. I don't even know if we've been out here like 10 minutes. I've already had a few bites of quality fish, 2 fish on. Ooh, I'm hoping we can find a big old giant today. That would be something else. There we go, messing with my drag. And this fish bit. Every time I go to mess with something on my reel, fish bites. Goodness gracious. Another little Jimmy. Smoked it though. Let's go ahead and get this sucker back on in. Bye, bud. There we go, got one. There it is, another small one. I'm afraid there is a good amount of small fish in this actual body of water. It probably definitely needs to be culled quite a bit, but I know there's some really, really healthy fish amongst the bunch in here. So we're just gonna have to probably go through quite a bit of these smaller ones today to find some big old bites, but I think that shouldn't be a problem. As you can tell, we've already got some good quality ones after that first fish that I got in the boat. So we're just gonna keep on moving and try to get us some bigger fish. There we go. Another little pipsqueak. Come on in here, my dude. Like I said, we're just gonna have to weed through these guys one by one. There's another one. Oh, a little bit better, maybe. Still kind of small, but better than the last few dinkers. This one's probably a solid 1.5 pounds. There we go. Next cast, we got an ultra dinker. An ultra dink. What's up, bud? A little pipsqueak. So one thing that I've noticed so far with these fish and the way that they're biting is they want it just pause. They're hitting it when it's just at a dead stop. So I'm just reeling, pausing, reeling, pausing. And every single bite I think I've had so far has been on that pause. It's been pretty consistent. So that's definitely something to pay attention to. There we go, got him. These fish are hitting it so soft on the pause every single time. Every single time. It's just such a subtle hit. I haven't felt any of these bites. I've just noticed that there's just been weird weight on it every single time I picked it up after a pause. And sure enough, it's some little green guys. Bye, bud. There we go. Another one. This is just too easy at this point. This pond is just absolutely loaded with these fish, making it too dang easy. I just want to find some better ones than this though. There we go. Up on that riprap. Another one. Oh, this is actually a decent one. Good little fish right here. I'll take that one all day. I'm happy with that fish. That's a better one. Definitely probably the second best one today. There it is, munched that thing. Once again, these fish are just hammering this chatterbait right now. Pretty sure I could just throw about anything. They're just really tied up against these banks and they want it paused. That's pretty much the pattern I've noticed so far. I might switch over to something else. I might give the fly rod a try. Just these fish are biting so good. I definitely want to just kind of mix it up, make things interesting. And this is not a bad one at all. This is probably close to 2 pounds. Definitely, I think the second best one of the day. But I know there's some really good quality fish in here. Like I said earlier, we're just gonna have to keep catching the small ones until we find the big ones. That's not really a bad problem to have, but I definitely would like to get some big ones on the boat. But solid fish right there. Let's go ahead and get her back in. Off she goes. I'm gonna put the chatterbait up for now. Gonna go ahead and switch over to the fly rod for a little bit, see if I don't have any luck with that. There we go, first cast with the fly. Oh, it's one of the smaller ones today, but I can't complain. Any fish on the fly is too much fun. Get on in here, Jimbo. Thanks for biting. Oh, you slipped right out of there. Oh, missed him. See if I can't get him to bite again. I don't think he got a piece of it. There we go. Oh no, I lost him again. I don't think he'll hit it third time, but we'll try. All right, I'm gonna put the fly rod up. It's getting kind of hard to cast right here because of all the trees and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next lure. Time to really mix things up now. I'm going to tie on the Lego crankbait that I created for Kicking Their Bass TV's channel. We made a video on making this and catching a fish on it. I've only caught one fish on it, but I did catch like a 5-pounder, which is crazy. I'm actually gonna FaceTime Noah real quick to show him what I'm using. He's gonna freak out. Bro,
yo,
guess what I'm throwing today?
what? Oh my god, you're throwing a Lego crankbait?
I'm throwing the Lego crankbait. We're putting it to work. You out filming right now?
Yeah, I was just trying to, but We're probably gonna go to a different spot. What do you, are you actually like, have you caught anything on it?
I've not yet tied it on yet. I'm switching over to it. I've been smoking them on a chatterbait and a few on the fly, but I'm fishing a pond I haven't fished in a long time, and they are smoking everything today, so I thought I'd give this a tie on. It's pretty deep, so I figured this thing would get down to some of those deeper spots.
Yeah, let me know if you catch one.
All right, I'll let you know. I might FaceTime you back if I get one on it.
All right, super.
Peace. It's time to cast this thing out. If you want to see how I actually made this thing, put a link to the video that we made for Noah's channel down in the description below. But this thing actually works pretty well for a crankbait, which is just crazy even thinking about. I can't believe out of all the lures to make, I feel like a crankbait would be the hardest one with Legos, just because you have to get it structurally right to actually dive and stay balanced in the water. And somehow I managed to do that. And this thing is just so fun to fish with. It's really cool seeing this thing actually work in the water. I've had a few bites on it, but only got one fish, but it was a 5-pounder. So it's good to know this thing at least will hold up to that. All super glued together and whatnot. Oh, got one on the Lego crankbait. We got one on the Lego crankbait, guys. Oh, yes. Look at that fish on the Lego crankbait. Oh, that is epic. I knew if we just stuck at it long enough, we'd get one. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Barely hooked him too. That thing just came out. Look at that. It took a while to actually get that fish. I probably fished with this thing for, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. Kept casting out in this deep area that's out here. It's anywhere between like 10 and 20 feet pretty much in this whole area, this bend right here. And the wind's blowing really good in there, so I thought some fish might be stacked up. That's where I actually hooked the big one when I just cast it out random at the very beginning of the video. But let's go ahead and FaceTime Noah to show him that I got one on this. I don't know if he's gonna believe me or not. He might think I've put this fish on here. Well, it looks like he's not answering. He's probably too busy catching Twinkies, but that is a great little fish on the Lego crankbait. We're gonna keep throwing it. I'm hoping we can get a better one. I think some of the better fish that we're gonna catch today might come on some bigger baits, casting out here in the middle where these fish are stacked up in some deeper water. That's a good little fish though. Let's go ahead and put her back on in. Oh, there he is, there he is. Bro, I just caught this little sucker on the freaking Lego crankbait.
How big is it? I can't.
He's not that big, he's just a little small one.
That's crazy. Well, let me know if you catch a big one.
All right, will do, bro. Peace. Let's go ahead and get this thing back out there. See if we can't find us a giant on the Lego crankbait. Honestly, I think I probably have a better chance of catching a really big one on this than just about anything else I have, just because it's a really big profile bait and it gets down deep. I don't have too many deep diving baits, so I'd have to like really fish it slow. This allows me to fish kind of this deeper area a little bit faster. I wish I had some deeper diving cranks that weren't a Lego one. That would probably be the best ticket, but this is okay. We're gonna keep cranking this thing and see what we can find. Well, I think that might do it for the Lego crankbait. I didn't have much more luck with it after fishing with it for a while, so we're gonna go ahead and change gears again to something else. Figured I'd switch over to a jig. Wanted to do a little bit of skipping up under some of these tree branches, so let's go ahead and give this thing a toss and see what we can find. I also think I'll probably have a little bit better chance of sticking a big one on this versus the chatterbait. Big jigs definitely have a tendency to catch big fish, so hopefully that is the case today. Almost got it. There we go. There we go. Got him on the jiggy. Jig fish. That's a little bit better one. Didn't take long, only a few casts, and we are stuck up. He's got something sticking out the side of him. This guy's got like a branch stuck in his gills right there. That was interesting. Ate that thing good. Go ahead and get out of there. Bye, bucko. There we go. Stuck him that time. I finally felt a fish bite one of these lures today. All of them been eating it so softly. I don't know why that is the case, but they're biting like crazy, just not hard. They are chomping it like no other though. There we go. Got him. Got him. Deep up in that pocket. Oh, that was such a good little skip cast in there. Not a good fish, but super rewarding to get a fish on a skip like that, just right in the pocket. Munched it too. Definitely proven harder than I thought it would be to catch some of the bigger fish in this pond. Started out hot with that first good solid 3.5 pounder, and I've been struggling to catch much size since. I just really hope we can get another decent one before I have to head out of here. Oh, that was a fish. Oh, that was literally the next cast. Got him. Got him. Just a little small guy. Literally one of the smallest ones all day. Bye, Junior. There we go. There we go. Another one on the jiggy jig. Come on in here, Buster. Oh, flung me off right at the boat. There we go, right up underneath the boat. Oh, goodness. Didn't feel him bite at all. Get on in the boat. Well, we just talked to some dude bang fishing. He said a buddy of his caught 11 pounder in here. And he said he's caught a few big ones himself, not quite that big, but some 5s and 6s and things like that. So I know there's big fish in here. But like I said a few times in this video, there's just so many small ones. That is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Unfortunately, we could not find the giant bite that I was looking for. I think I'm probably just gonna have to come back, use some bigger baits, and maybe, just maybe, find a big old bass somewhere in this pond. But hopefully y'all enjoyed today's video. And if you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. But as always, bassing is a passion. Peace out.